Okay, so here we have a Wingman 3 mission, and we're going to bring it into SkyTracker Pro. So we're going to open up SkyTracker Pro here. By the way, this is the F drive that we have the mission in. And when SkyTracker loads here, generating our towers and such, we'll begin. Alright, so what we want to do first is go to Mission and then Import. From here it's going to say something to the effect, hopefully, that it imported successfully, and do you wish to clear the missions off of the drive? In almost all cases you will say yes to this. The only exception to that would be is if you were on the phone with one of us in tech support and we're trying to troubleshoot something. Otherwise, just hit yes. So here we have our mission. We have a start and an end, we have our path, and we have a couple of blocks that we sprayed into, and we have some wind vanes here to indicate wind speeds over these spray spots. So alright, what do we got? Well, firstly, let's take a look at the text report here. So if we click on that icon there in the upper right, report created successfully, let's open the report. So in this spray mission, we actually have two sorties, or two trips, that this aircraft took. Both of which happened in the same day, and actually it looks like the first one was just merely a exercise of turning on the Wingman and shutting it down. Probably to troubleshoot something, don't know exactly, but we do have a start and an end time, we have an indication of the aircraft, the name of the chemical, and who the pilot was. The second one, on the other hand, has a lot of spray information. We can tell that the pilot was this person right here. We can tell that the product being sprayed was Dibrone, and there's the EPA registration, at least as they labeled it in SkyTracker before. This is the aircraft that it flown in. We have a starting takeoff time, which is basically when the Wingman powers on, and a landing time, which is basically when the Wingman has been turned off. The spray on time is the first indication of spray on, and the spray off time is the last indication of turning the spray off. If there were ons and offs that happened in between here, that will be shown on the map, basically. The total amount of emission was for 4 minutes and 21 seconds long. We can see that we sprayed roughly 700 acres, and the amount of chemical that came out was a little over 4 gallons, or a little bit under 15.5 liters. The application rate that we were trying to target was 0.75 ounces per acre, and it came pretty dang close at 0.7405. So that's actually really good. Pretty much dead on for the application rate. The swath width was for 1,000 feet. The average spray speed during this whole mission, so that's average speed of it in the on spraying position, was a hair over 100 miles an hour. The spray height that the aircraft was set at the time of flying here was 100 feet off the ground. We had a block group that was exported to this card that was called GRP222, and inside that block group we have two blocks that were sprayed, BLK2 and BLK4. Now there were other blocks in this group, but they were not sprayed for whatever reason. So the text report's fine, has a lot of information, however it may not look suitable inside of a presentation that you may want to give. So for that, we can also click on the PDF report icon here, and then when we open it up, we'll get the same information, however it'll be formatted in a much more professional looking way. And as you get to the bottom of the report here, you'll actually have a screenshot of the flight path itself. So alright, what else can we get from this information? Well, another thing we can do is we can actually drop points on the map as an indication of location. For example, if a person called up saying, on this day, which this mission we can find pretty easily, on this day, at this location, your plane flew over and I think they were spraying chemical. So we could do something to that effect. If we go to mission and we go search by address, it'll drop a pin based off of the address that we type in here. So there's the address that I dropped down. And on here, we can now indicate if there was a spray that happened. Well, we know that this thing happened in March 25th in the morning. So if the person was concerned and they said something to the effect of, hey, on March 25th at 9:05 a.m., your airplane was flying overhead and not doing what I wanted it to do, whatever that effect is. Well, after we went to mission and go search by time and typed in the information we're looking there for, we can see that indeed on Wednesday, March 25th, 2020, 9:05 a.m. exact at this time zone, the airplane was flying over this location, nowhere near the assumed location over here. So that person must have been thinking he saw a different airplane doing something else, because that airplane at that time was all the way over here. Now you can actually put in different times, so you can say, well, maybe it was a minute earlier or something like that. Maybe it was more like 9:15. We'll say actually later instead of earlier. 9:15 a.m. Nothing happened at 9:15 a.m. Okay, so now you can definitely state with some pretty good certainty that at that time that person stated was this aircraft here, you can actually with some level of certainty say no, that aircraft was not. So these are some other things you can get out of SkyTracker. Now, another thing we can do is we can actually open up other missions. So, as you saw, we've imported the mission. Well, where is it going? It's being installed right now local to this computer. So if we were to go to mission and open, we can actually look at earlier missions that have been imported. So if I clicked on this one right here, this is what is that mission? Let's grab this one. Here's a different mission. So from in here, I can also open the report and gather the same amount of information, do all the searches, and create all the reports that we've seen before. So hopefully this gives you a better understanding of what you can do with SkyTracker and your Wingman 3. If you have any questions, let me know. Contact your service tech at 855-782-3378, and we'll take care of you. Thanks.